Yeah.
ไฟไหม้อ่ะตรงที่ตึกเราเลยอ่ะระเบิดปุ้งปุ้งเลยบ้านไม่เห็นเลยกำลังนั่งทำการบ้านมีสัญญาณไฟพวกที่จะลงมาใช่
Yeah, wow. Wonderful. They're taking care of it, so there you go. This exciting thing happened all day. Hey guys, Possible here, or Messy here, Possible. Interesting thing happened today. I ended up with, woken up about 11 a.m, just sleeping in. I need a break. You can hear the printers going on in the background, but, anyway, I woke up to hear a few explosions, sounds. Now, initially thinking, had nothing to do with us personally, but just a little bit later, the fire alarm started going off, and well, probably someone just buggered up their cooking, which is pretty common if you live in if you ever, before moving into my own apartment, I was in student accommodation, and the idea of just people like burning their food is just so common that just doesn't really faze me when I hear a fire alarm. And then, of course, what happened is that I saw some black smoke out the side from the balcony, and we were running down, going in the fire escape and getting the fuck out. And yeah, I actually thought, well, going through the fire escape actually headed me towards the source of it. In fact, it was right there. I could see the car on fire. So, put two and two together, it seems that there was some small explosions from some old Commodore 64 looking car at the time. And I could see it just, I think that maybe the other vehicle that was on fire is probably a result of what actually blew up. Not so dramatic that the whole thing's in pieces, but enough to say that the underside of one of the apartments was starting to feel it. But at least firemen were pretty spot on. They got here reasonably quickly, and it's all resolved. A bit frightening to say. I thought fire escapes were supposed to take me away from fires, not bring me towards them. Oh, and that's all been resolved now, so it's okay. Nothing's affected my apartment personally, and thankfully. Anyway, just very annoying day for me, especially when I've got to get this 2,500 to 800 word essay out the way, and having to wake up and backed out of the apartment for what appears to be a faulty car. So I don't know particularly what caused it exactly. I did hear one fellow behind me were outside the apartment building, and everyone that residents there were all sort of walking there, and the news crew sort of popped up. But one guy popped up behind us. He's saying, "Oh, was it a terrorist attack?" And I'm thinking to myself, I can understand that, but just because we live in a period of dealing with that kind of whack job nonsense doesn't mean that's the cause of it. So I don't know what to say. I'm really that kind of commentary I can understand, but it just felt out of place for me. More than likely, it's just a shitty car that just finally carked it and ended up doing some more damage than you'd expect. If there was anything like that, it'd be far more substantial damage to the building than that. And that says something about assuming certain things, and and because we do that, we give more power to crazy people who do evil things, and I don't believe in that. I really don't. I think that a rational, common sense look, just glancing at it, it doesn't look like something like that happened. If it were, those explosions could have caused a lot more damage. So no, I suspect personally it's unrelated to those kinds of things, and anyone who says otherwise is just talking out of their ass. It just struck me as off to assume something like that. But anyway, those are the two things happening. I found out about Red Dead 2, and, well, the apartment was a bit of a problem. Anyway, I'll be getting back to work on the tech videos once I've done my essay, and of course, with the Dark Souls 3 DLC coming out, I can stream that a bit earlier than most countries. Like I said before, because I live in a similar time zone to Tokyo, Japan. So I think it's roughly, when 25th is in their country, it's about an hour or an hour ahead of my time. So probably about 11 p.m. my time on the 25th. I don't know how that would relate to. I'd have to have a look at the time zones when it comes to comparing to, say, Americans. But I know that I'd probably get about, roughly from memory, it was about 7 to 8 hours before everyone else started streaming, like the old hunters, like last year. So, hey, it'd be good to sort of give a bit of a preview look to anyone who's going to jump on and loves Dark Souls like I do, and give you an idea where to go and bosses. And like I said, do forgive the noise. Unfortunately, it's one of those days. Perfect timing too. We've got finals and we're doing all that kind of crap. The only other thing that's Red Dead 2 has been confirmed. Well, actually confirmed. The only thing is, though, the trailer that I saw basically told me jack shit. This is the problem. And I've seen all these GTA 5 YouTubes going on about it, and they're saying things, yeah, but those are in comment sections and like YouTube and... seriously? How was that telling me anything about what I'm expecting? I'm sure it's going to be good, but will it have like multiplayer like GTA Online? That for me is actually kind of important because I actually really enjoy GTA Online, despite I think that it could use a lot more in terms of substance, but I really like it. I really like playing with my friends. But if that's possible, great. Red Dead 2 with an online element. Awesome. It's been pretty successful, and I'd say that Rockstar would be pretty dumb not to. It's so profitable for them with their shark cards that it's not funny. I think they've probably made more off the presence of new update and DLCs than they ever did with anything else. I do forgive the noise, by the way. Unfortunately, I don't want to smell the fumes, and I want to keep the door open, please. But anyway, like I said, Red Dead 2 trailer was pretty, but basically told me nothing, which is part of the problem. And I've seen, it's brilliant marketing in terms of hyping it, but we've already experienced the worst of what it means to hype something and not, explain what you're getting. We're looking at No Man's Sky, and even towards the end with some of the interviews, some of the promised features that never made it into the game. Now, if we want to get a good product, why should we hype something we don't know anything about yet? That's my problem. So, telling me like you got multiplayer, the only place I found that information was off a comment. And what the fuck did they know? Have they got proof for that? Probably not. Crikey. Anyway, that's me possible. I'll see you guys on the next one. Wow.